math students, this is a tutorial for the focused notes assignments that you will be saying in your math class. Now, these focused notes assignments might be slightly different than focused notes assignments that you see in other courses. So this is a tutorial on what they are in your math class specifically, and then why do we even have them in the course. So that's what we're going to go through in this tutorial. Now, the purpose of these types of assignments is to give students the opportunity to explore the connections between different concepts. So how do we take what we learned in one lesson and apply it into another lesson? It's going to give students the opportunity to demonstrate their own thought process. A lot of times in these math assignments, we are answering multiple choice. So it doesn't necessarily give your teacher great insight into how you specifically as a student attacks a problem. There are several different ways to attack problems, and so no one way is better than another. I'll add that. So it's really great for your instructor to kind of see insight into how your brain works. Students will ask to summarize their own understandings and to apply what they know. All research says that if we can summarize and apply our understanding of a concept, then we have a really deep understanding of that concept. So this is an opportunity to demonstrate that within this assignment. Okay, what is our focus notes assignments in math? Essentially, it's a worksheet that will coach you through all of those whys that we just talked about. It is following the AVID structure of critical thinking. So if you have taken an AVID class, it should be somewhat familiar to you, or that the wording, verbiage would be familiar to you. If you've not taken the AVID class, don't worry, because as you can see, every box will kind of walk you through exactly what to do. This must be a handwritten assignment. So we would really encourage students to print out the worksheet, and then you can complete the worksheet by hand. However, recognizing that printers are not available to everyone, so you can answer these by hand on a separate sheet of paper. And I'll go more into how that might be able to work for you. Now, before we go any further, you will get credit for having watched this video if you put in a code into the assignment here. So the code for having watched the video is Purple People Eater. So go ahead and put that code into the assignment to get full credit for having watched this video. So again, Purple People Eater. Okay, how do we complete the assignment? Well, you first need to find that document. You need to find that worksheet. So that will come to you directly in the assignment itself. And then you need to print off that document. But as I said, if printing is not available to you, no big deal. You can just write out your responses on your own sheet of paper. One caveat to that is make sure that you're clearly numbering and identifying the part of the worksheet that you're answering on the paper. So for example, if you are answering number 3 on the worksheet, on your piece of paper, you should write that number 3. So that way your instructor can match your responses to the question in grading. So the inability to follow your work or to identify this question matching to this question, it's just too much for your instructor to kind of decipher. So that will result in no credit. So number 3 is to complete the worksheet. But let me show you a little bit on how that worksheet might look. If you print it out, it's kind of a no-brainer. You're just going to put your responses directly in the spaces that are provided. So example number 4 here is defining these vocabulary terms. Use the space provided. If you're doing that on a sheet of paper, no big deal. Just tell me what number that you are answering, and then you can list down below. So this is student work that is really great at Organizing, main takeaway for the is just put your number and then your response to that, the question for that number. So number 5 down below is, and then she answers the question for that number 5. Okay, once you've figured out that you've printed it out, or you're going to do it on a separate sheet of paper, you will complete the worksheet, and every assignment will have a tutorial to help you complete the assignment with confidence. So you can watch a video tutorial to help you through that, and every assignment will have that video tutorial. Or if you'd prefer, you can just see the completed assignment and draw your ideas and hints from there. However, if you watch the video or just read through the completed assignment, make sure that you are summarizing it for your own understanding in your own words. So we don't want to be plagiarizing off of your instructor's work in the video or on the completed assignment. This is your assignment, and remember, plagiarizing is against all the rules that you've signed up for. Next thing, we need to somehow take that piece of paper and digitize it so that we can get it into our computer. So you can use a scanner to upload that. I don't have a scanner, so if you're like me, you're probably just going to snap a picture of it. So use your camera, use a phone to take a picture. Now, I have seen that some students are just using the camera on their computer. So they're literally holding up that sheet of paper in front of the computer to take that picture. It's working great. So however you do that, you're going to save that to your computer. And then lastly, you're just going to upload that saved image into the course and submit your work. So that is how we would submit that. Now, again, you want to make sure that your images are very clear to read. So you might need to play around with how close you hold your camera or your phone if that's the route you're going, to make sure that it is legible and a good quality picture. Okay, so that should walk you through how to complete and what is a focus note assignment within your math class. If you have any other questions, please reach out to your instructor and she would be happy to help. Thanks.